Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Gabriel Cruz, and you are on Nerd-spiracy today. And I'm very glad to have you. I'm going to do a quick little quality of life check just to make sure everything is streaming properly first before we ultimately get going on today's topics. Today's topics are in the description below, so please make sure you go and look those up. And while you're there, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking, hitting the bell thingy. I mean, if you're not a hunchback and you don't live in Notre Dame, could you please hit the bell and let's get some good positive algorithms going, huh? Anyway, so let's check. Let's make sure everything is running properly. We got Twitch. Is Twitch up and running? Yes, you can find us over at Twitch. It looks like YouTube is. Yeah. Alright, so YouTube looks like it's working properly. And the Facebooks, let's check the Facebooks. We're going to have, I think, a guest or two today. Sending that out. Yeah, it looks like we're live on Facebook as well. Oh my gosh, look at that. Alright. And lastly, but not leastly, yes, leastly, the Twitch. And looks like we are live on Twitch. Sweet. Alright. And you guys can join us on any one of those platforms, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, in order to talk about what's going on today. You guys can comment, and we can put the comments up and everything. So, yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? Making sure that everybody's good to go, I guess. I don't know. And now we're live, we're live recording. Everything looks good to me, at least as far as my end goes. Alright. So, let's start with the, today. Well, I don't know. First stream. Yay, everything that goes live. Because you guys get to see me mess up and all that other jazz every single time. But what is Nerd-spiracy? That's what we need to start with today. What is Nerd-spiracy? Nerd-spiracy is where you can get the truth. Okay? The truth about all things dealing with your favorite nerddoms. It's all true. True. Every single bit of it is true. It's so true, I'm going to make sure that there's a banner down here telling you how true it is. Alright? That's how true it is. It's so true. If I say true one more time, it should become a drinking game. If you are watching this stream in the evening, every single time I say this is the truth, you gotta take a sip. Okay? That's how that's gonna work. And welcome everybody who's joining in, or who will join in, or who watch these stream or these videos later, because I'm gonna be splashing them up. And yes, we're gonna be talking about some of the most important things happening today in our nerddoms, including some very crazy news about the one and the only Indiana Jones. Can you believe? Could you ever think and fathom that Indiana Jones is really a Nazi? He is, and we've got the proof of it coming up. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that one. You know what else you might want to stay tuned for? The Dursleys. See, this just came across my desk this morning, and I've got the paperwork to show it somewhere. It's here. I've got the papers to show you. The Dursleys are actually some of the nicest people you could have ever met in the entire Harry Potter universe. Okay? They're the nicest people. And it's all Harry Potter's fault. Harry Potter hurt the Dursleys. And he continued to do so until he left. And we'll get into why. Why that happened. And what was the cause. And who's really at fault. Because it's not the Dursleys. You understand me? Not the Dursleys. Alright? And lastly, but not leastly, we're going to be talking about Star Wars. One of my favorite discussions because there's things that need to get clarified up in Star Wars. Everybody's got these things wrong. All right. Star Wars is also what we're going to be going in today, and that's going to be about the Pykes, the Pyke Syndicate. If you guys are watching Book of Boba Fett, you may have seen the Pykes because they're there. They're also in the solo Star Wars, a Star Wars story, which also coincidentally has to do a little bit about Indiana Jones. It's true. It's true. We got all the evidence. All right, all of it. You can look these things up. They're so apparent for everybody to know about. All right, so please, if you're joining in, say hi. All right, while we dive into these truths, the truth, first and foremost, is going to be with the one, the only, Indiana Jones. That's right, everybody. We're going to start today with Indy. And look at him. Look at this. Look at this right here. What outfit is that? I ask you. What outfit is he in? That's right. That's a Nazi uniform. And after watching Inglourious Bastards, I know that Nazi is the correct way to pronunciate it. Okay? All the syllables gets pronunciated Nazi. All right? If you go Nazi, then you're a Nazi about saying the word Nazi. Huh? How about that? And speaking of Nazis, this guy, Indiana Jones. Who would have thunk it? Whom? I ask you. Look, here he is again. With a Nazi. Look, you can see the swastika. Right here. Right here. See that? And you think, oh, well, that happened in the movie. He's punching the guy. No, that's propaganda. Here, he's having a friendly wrestling tussle. A friendly wrestling tussle with one of his friends. Look, the others in the background. They're ready to join in, okay? All right. Wrestling has been around since the Greeks, and that's all they're doing. They're just having a friendly wrestle. And, of course, we'll be watching some of the footage to analyze it, not from the full movie, but from the trailer, about how he's definitely a Nazi. And this is, yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. But why? Why, Gabe? Why is this important? Well, it's important because you guys need to learn who the true good guys and the true bad guys are. Okay? And Harrison Ford, not Harrison Ford, technically, that's an actor who played Mr. Indiana Jones. He has nothing to do with it. He's just playing a role, okay? It's the propaganda that brings you to know that he is a Nazi. And before we really dive into this, I've got the one and the only, the man behind the icon, joining in today to discuss some of these things, Mr. CMB, a.k.a. Cigars and Bacon. Mr. Bacon, how are you doing today?
What's up?
Oh, I see we have a little something different other than the regular icon. Is that Berserk?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Prime 1.
Yep. Look at that. And he's not an icon. That's what's throwing me off, everybody. If you join us over at Geeking Out, you will know that Mr. C&B, Cigars and Bacon, is usually an icon, but today he's a Berserk. All right.
I mean, just the camera better so
All right, Mr. Cigars and Bacon, have you been listening in for a little bit about this theory, which we all know to be true? Let's just be honest, that Indiana Jones is a Nazi. Have you heard of this?
I've heard a brief theory, but it has to the Nazi theory I heard has to do with how he's in the MCU. How they have proved he's in the MCU.
The MCU. Wait a minute. Breaking news, everybody. Are we saying that Indiana Jones is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is that what you're telling me right now?
It's a fan theory.
It's no. This is about truth, okay? Is it true is what we need to know. Because I'm about to prove to you how we know Indiana Jones is a Nazi.
I'm just going by what I know.
Okay, well, we're going to dive into it. we're gonna dive into it. And first off, when we get into it, I'm gonna ask you your opinion as soon as I break this down for you. Okay, so we all know through multiple sources that Indiana Jones is really the alternate dream state of Han Solo. Because when Han Solo goes to sleep, his essence gets put into Indiana Jones in another universe. This is what we know. And what was Han Solo doing in the Star Wars universe? He was an Imperial soldier. Propaganda would have you think that that he's really a rebel and a smuggler, but he wasn't. That was one of the ultimate tricks. He was a spy. He embedded himself in the rebels. The propaganda will show you in the movies that he's really a good guy, but he's not. He's not. He's a spy. And where would you think somebody in one universe who really loves and adores and is a spy for his imperial overlords, this radical regime, where do you think he would be in the Indiana Jones universe? Or allegedly now the Marvel Cinematic Universe? He would be with the radical. He would be with the tyrant of the time, and that would be the Nazis. That's right. He's with the Nazis. You can see it all over in Indiana Jones movies. All right, like this scene right here. You think he's going there to get a book, but he's really going there to meet Hitler because he adores Hitler. So should we say, oh, Indiana Jones is a good guy? No, he's not. It's all lies. Everybody's lying to you. These movies, they're lies. What do you think, Cigars and Bacon? What do you think?
But if Indiana Jones is a bad guy?
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's really a Nazi. We don't like Nazis.
I don't believe it.
What?
He's a hero.
How is he a hero, sir? Huh? I ask you, how is he a hero when he's a Nazi?
He outran one of our boulders.
Listen, that boulder is a metaphor for the tyranny that he comes to love. That's all it is. You think that he's running from it, but really, he's running towards a friend that he's worked with before, who joins with none other than the Nazis. See, if you watch the very first film, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, without Indiana Jones in that movie, the Nazis still get the Ark. Okay? And that's the reality of it, is that he wants them to have the Ark. Does he really go to stop them? Or does he just speed up the process a little bit? I say he sped up the process. Because he really wanted them to have it.
Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Wait, well, we're not going into Batman today.
He didn't have to kill him.
We're not going into Batman today. Batman is for another day.
If he was pro-Nazi, he would have warned them not to open it, or else their faces would have melted off like they did.
Sorry, I had a small a bit of information brought to me. Can you repeat that one more time, CMB?
I was saying if he was a Nazi,
yeah.
Then why would he have warned them? Why wouldn't he have warned them?
See, he doesn't need to warn them. That's the great part about it. He doesn't need to warn them.
Deep undercover.
Exactly. That's exactly what it. And how many times when you watch back, how many times in the movie, which again, in the movie is propaganda. That's people saying, look how good of a good guy he was, because they won. They won the ability to tell that story. History is told by the victors. And what are they telling? They're telling you that he is a good guy when really he's a bad guy. It's sort of like a Hydra type of thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
Hydra always embeds itself. This is exactly what they're doing. They're hiding these bad characters amongst us. All right? And how many times when you watch those films did Indy dress up like a Nazi? It's quite frequent. It's not just once, but it's at least twice. I want to see what you people in the comments have to say about this. Anything? Anything at all? Oh, they're stunned silent. The people in the comments are stunned silent. They have not been able to say a thing because of how drastic this is of a concept for them. That what Indiana Jones supported the Nazi regime. It's true, and it all comes back from Star Wars. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
You were talking about Hydra, and that's what the fan theory is that Indiana Jones was the first soldier, not Captain America.
Whoa. Well, wait a minute here. This is wow. That's something I was not expecting to happen on the stream today. Hydra is part. I can see it because if you think about it, Hydra, the Nazis, the Imperials and stuff, they're all the same.
Okay, here's the theory though. I'm going to read it. It says, Indiana Jones was a mercenary employed by Hydra to be a guinea pig for its experimental super soldier program and to recover ancient artifacts associated with supernatural power, particularly the Crystal Skull.
Whoa.
The first part of evidence comes from when Red Skull utters in Captain America the Avenger, where he knows the Nazis have been combing the desert for trinkets paid off Hitler's command. One can interpret this as a nod to Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, which featured both of the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail being discovered in the desert by Nazi forces. However, Red Skull downplays their power due to his superior knowledge of the occult and his ability to successfully wield the Tesseract. Now, this is where they say that links in mercenary.
This is fascinating.
His ties to Hydra before diving in. As far as Indy himself, Ark the Lad, this is the guy who has the theory, provides a list of reasons that explain why he was actually a bad guy and likely a mercenary.
What?
Then they explain his ties to Hydra before diving into that he's a super soldier.
Whoa.
He outran a massive boulder with relative ease.
Ha!
Held on to a submarine as it traveled underwater for miles.
That's true. This is true. These are true. Okay, we have the proof.
Own in hand-to-hand combat, well into retirement years.
He did.
And miraculously didn't end up suffering the after effects of an atomic bomb explosion. Not to mention he's capable of pretty much everything that Bucky Barnes is thanks to his Winter Soldier training. Coincidence?
Oh, this is not coincidence, people. Look, you just heard it here first. Indiana Jones is not only a Nazi, he's a Hydra member.
First super soldier.
First super soldier. Goodness gracious, my mind is literally still together but blown. It's
crazy, right?
Crazy how true all of this stuff is. You heard it here first.
Connect the dots.
Connect the dots. Look, that's why. Look, if you look at the logo, it's always about connecting the dots. What's in the background behind me right now? Connecting the dots.
What's in the box?
No, we don't go to the box. We go to the dots. Unboxings are for on Mondays. Selfless plug. Okay. I cannot believe this. We are only 20 minutes into the stream, and we've already learned that not only is Han Solo a Nazi, but he's also a Hydra member. This is crazy. And a super soldier. This again all stems back from the fact that Han Solo is also part of an Imperial regime. And when he goes to sleep, he becomes the super soldier called Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Can you imagine if Indiana Jones went up against Captain America? How crazy that would be.
Indy would win. Indy would
win. You think it would be Cap? Cap may have the shield, but Indy's got the whip. And
He's got the whip. He's got the whip. He can take that whip right from. He can take the shield with the whip.
Yeah, I'm so glad you came on today, Mr. Bacon, to show that these people, the truths out there in this world, that our own what you call it, our own realities are just being shattered every day. I want to see what you people have to say about this. This isn't new. Did anybody say anything? They're all silent still. They're flabbergasted. How can this be? Tesseracts.
It's glitch in the matrix.
It very well could be all matrixized. All right, but we're not getting into the matrix today. That's a totally different subject, and it's a lot tougher of a subject to go into. It's harder for people to grasp their minds around the matrix. Okay, this is easier, as we all know. This is easier. Han Solo, Imperial. When he goes to sleep, becomes first super soldier, Indiana Jones of the Nazis, a.k.a. later Hydra. This is crazy stuff. You know, that the whole reason, that almost kind of lends credit to that, the whole reason why Indy has his gray hair in Crystal Skull is because he's already aged like 200 years, probably, right? You know, if you combine the long time ago in Star Wars with his Earth years, that's like 200, 300 years old.
You could just say his serum wasn't perfect.
It could also be that. It could also be that.
Metal Gear Solid thing, how they age faster.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is some crazy stuff. Crazy.
If I was the leader of Hydra, I was creating super soldiers. I'd want them to die off quickly so they don't do some uprising and come after me.
I can see that too. You know what? I just also thought about? See, Han Solo is credited for doing one major thing in the Star Wars universe. And that's shooting first. And you know who else likes to shoot first? The Nazis. It sounds like a laughing matter, because you got a giggle. It's a snicker and a giggle at the same time. A schniggle from Cigars and Bacon. It sounds crazy, but the Nazis are the ones who attacked Poland first. It wasn't Poland the other way around, okay? And Han shot Greedo first, doing the same thing. It's a trend. Everybody you just, again, connect the dots, people. Connect the dots.
It's a blitzkrieg offense.
It is a
shock and attack first.
Yeah. I mean, and you think about it, how many Nazi vehicles was Indy able to drive? If he's never driven them before, he flew a biplane owned by the Nazis. He drove Nazi. Yeah, he drove Nazi motorcycles. Like, if he wasn't trained on these equipment, how would he know how to use them? That's what I.
If you can drive a motorcycle in America, you can motorcycle in Germany.
That's not necessarily true, sir. Okay, maybe nowadays, but back in the 1940s, all right. No. They were completely different. All right, one was in kilometers, one was in miles. It's really different. All right, it's very different.
I highly doubt that people.
It's very different. It's very different. Okay.
Pretty sure.
One of them is in German. One of them is in English. That's a big one.
No. I spent 7 years in Germany.
Und ich spreche auf Deutsch. What's the point? Okay.
Ja, kann Deutsch sprechen.
Schade. Listen, we all know Indiana Jones is a Nazi. We've proven it in more ways than one. But it's time to move on. It's time to move on to today's sponsor. One of my favorite sponsors of all time. The Church of the Game. That's right, everybody. The Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right. ABA. May the game of life bring you many achievements. And the Church of the Game has asked me to share with you all one of its most prominent messages from the holy cartridges known as Zelda Ocarina of Time. And today's quote is, Ganondorf, pitiful man, without a strong righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods. That is from Zelda herself, from the Ocarina of Time. The holy cartridges of the Ocarina of Time. Now, what does this say to us? What do you get from this, C and B? What is it that the message of the game, the Church of the Game, is preaching to you today with this quote from Zelda?
All I get is it's dangerous out there.
It is.
Take this with you.
It is. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous out there. And there is another quote from the Church of the Game about taking items and receiving them, but we'll save that for another one. Today, with Ganondorf. Look, we all want the power of the gods. Indiana Jones is proof of this. To be able to go out there and rule the world, really, you know. Even if it's our own tiny little castle and home, we just want to rule the world. But you still need the righteous mind, all right, that is brought forth from the grand designer of games. And he can bestow upon you the ability to push forward, to level up, to become that person who has righteousness as he or she or they move forward in this crazy world. So let us all reflect again, once again, on Ganondorf and how pitiful of a man he was for not having a strong, righteous mind. Okay? Because without one, of course, he could not get the power of the gods. But you can. You can. You can. This is brought to you once again by the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right, A, B, A. May the Church or may the Game of Life bring you all many achievements. Wow, what a beautiful moment for today, Mr. CMB. That message hits home. It really does. It hits home so hard. As his screen goes blank with the presence of our Lord, the Grand Designer. I want to thank everybody who's been coming in today, who's able to hear that message, to move forward. And it looks like Mr. C&B has exited the stream, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all good. And he's coming back. He's coming back. It's the power.
Oh, hold on. My audio's messed up.
Oh, no, his audio's messed up. See, people just have to push through and try to overcome the problems by gaining the power of the gods. But you also, again, need that righteous mind, strong righteous mind. And don't be like Ganondorf, okay? Be like Link and Zelda. Those people really push us forward to be better, don't they? Don't they? Again, brought to you by the Church of the Game. I hope everybody is having a great day out there and accomplishing many achievements throughout your lives. If you've got an achievement you'd like to share with us, whether it got you 5 points or a new brownie or something out there that just, helped you level up, why don't you go ahead and smash the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and if you hit that bell, you also get an achievement. It's called Ring-a-Ding-Ding-Ding, the achievement for hitting the bell notification on a small YouTuber. Go ahead and do that, and we'd love to hear from you in the chat and answer any of your questions you might have about the truth. Remember, it's so true, I have to put a notification in the banner down below about how true everything is. All right? That's how true it all is. Moving on from our last topic of Indiana Jones. The next subject for today has to deal with a group and a family that is somewhat close to my heart. They're so lovely, okay? And they've been one of the loveliest peoples you could ever get to know out there in the universe. They are known as the Dursleys. That's right, everybody. This next topic is about the Dursleys. And hopefully, hold on real quick. I think we got Mr. C&B, Mr. Cigars and Bacon, to join back in the stream. Let's check in on him. Mr. C&B, how you doing, sir? You good? We're still not hearing Mr. C&B, but that's okay. We'll keep him up to see what happens. Hopefully he's able to start talking to him. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep moving on. The Dursleys, the nicest family you ever meet. Look at this family. Look how adorable they are. They're all little, you know, just a little happy, little rosy in the cheeks. You know, Dudley's and his Dudley Doos. Such a sweet family. And what happened to this sweet family? Well, they were corrupted. They were hurt. They were invaded upon by a small boy. And I don't mean my son. I'm talking about the one and the only
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Do you need a hug?
I do need a hug. This is a sad story about a family who gets hurt. Harry Potter. Look at what happened to them. Look at them. They were happy. They were jolly. They were boisterous. You know, they just lived in a modest middle class family in the UK. And then a strange magical boy comes into their lives, and look how crazy they turned out afterwards. They were fine. Why is this? Why did this happen to them? Well, for those of you who have never seen the Harry Potter universe or anything like that, I am warning you right now, stop, go watch all 8 movies over at HBO, okay? Great watch. So that when you come back, you can understand, because otherwise, we're going to get into some major spoilers right now. Harry Potter is a Horcrux. What? What do you say? He's a Horcrux, and he's always been a Horcrux. Now, you think Harry Potter's just an innocent kid. No. He was made that way by design. That's right, by design. Mr. C&B's back. Let's see if he can come in and join in, talk about this.
All right.
I hear him. Mr. C&B, have you heard of the tragic story of the Dursleys? No. Well, you know, the Dursleys were the nicest family, but they were corrupted by Harry Potter. Harry Potter is at fault, and even more at fault than that is Harry's parents. That's right. Harry's parents are the biggest cause for the Dursleys becoming corrupted, because they decided through a botched experiment to make their son a Horcrux. James and Lily Potter made their son an experiment as part of an evil scheme. Voldemort didn't want to do it. He didn't. Okay? Even Snape was trying to warn his greatest love, Lily Potter, not to do it. But they did it anyways. And look what happened. Not only did they ruin the life of their boy, who did not become the savior of the Harry Potter universe. It really should be called Neville Longbottom. Huh? But that Horcrux that Harry Potter became corrupted this beautiful, loving family and Lily's own sister. How could it happen? How? Why? Why would they do this? This makes no sense to me, people. Mr. C&B, cigars and bacon. What are you thinking here?
Yes. No, I'm just listening what you have to say. This is the first time I've heard of this. Very interesting. It can actually, it does make a bit of sense.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, because isn't it like in the book, it says something where Mr. Dursleys had only yelled at 5 people his whole life, or before Harry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says that, and if it doesn't, it's in there. Because again, we speak the truth here. He was not a mean man. By any means. Not mean in any bone in his entire body. Until Mr. What's his name? Dumbledore decided to take a Horcrux, which he knew was a Horcrux, by the way. Dumbledore knew he was a Horcrux. You know he did. Because Dumbledore himself has been around Horcruxes. He's seen the evils. Okay? He has the Elder Wand. He sought power. Had the Elder Wand. That's true. That's very true. Had the Elder Wand. But he knew Harry was a Horcrux, and he put it upon this family anyways. So I want you all to know that the Dursleys are the true heroes of the entire Harry Potter series. The Dursleys, because of what they suffered for years. Sounded a little Jack Black there. Or not Jack Black, but Lewis Black there. Yeah!
Does that make Voldemort the hero?
It does make Voldemort the hero. We'll get into why Voldemort is a hero on another day. Today, we really want to focus on the Dursleys. Okay? And getting the word out. Get the word out. Take this video. Spread it around. Okay? Let other people know that the Dursleys are not to blame. They're beautiful. Look at this family. Look at this family. Let's go back to this picture over here of this family. Look at this happy family. So happy. So British. And how do you know that they're British? Because of how they're standing. Okay, that is a classic British banker stance. Okay? And it's beautiful. Mr. Cigars and Bacon, I need you to take over for a minute, Mr. Bacon, because I'm struggling. I don't want to get too mad at Harry Potter right now.
I'm not really that much of a I guess that knowledgeable about Harry Potter or this universe. I only know from the movies. So I know if I try to say more than likely it's going to be wrong because I know they changed a lot from the books to the movies.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As long as you know the truth about this family. And you could spread the word about the truth about this family. Remember, it's so true. I had to tell you how true it is in the ticker down below. And then
so much sense when they kept them under the stairs.
Under the stairs. You thought that they were being mean. No. They needed to seclude this Horcrux in the smallest place they could so it didn't leak out into them, but it still did over time. The poor family. And then they're forced to bring them upstairs next to where they're sleeping. It only increased the amount of evil come forth by this. And it's not the corruption of Voldemort, everybody. Everybody, you're thinking, oh, well, Voldemort's the one who cut himself in half. No. It's not the corruption of Voldemort. It's the corruption of the evil of his parents that forced Voldemort to make him a Horcrux. Let's see what they have to say in the chat. Anything in the chat? Anything at all? No, they're stunned silence. They're stunned silence with Russian bots.
Just one.
And
they left.
And they're gone. Can you believe this? They are so stunned out there that they can't even chat. They can't even text anything. They can't go to their QWERTYs.
Angry. You just destroyed their Harry Potter universe.
No. We didn't destroy it. We enlightened them. We gave them the strength of righteousness like you need to control the power of the gods, which was told to us today in the Church of the Game. This is some deep stuff. These people would have been a loving family for the rest of their lives if it had not been for the Potters. It is all the Potters' fault. Okay? It really is. And I challenge anybody out there to talk to me about this, because I'm telling you, this stuff it goes deep. It goes deep. It goes to James and Lily. Then from James and Lily goes into Dumbledore. And from Dumbledore it goes into Nicholas Flamel, who made the Sorcerer's Stone. Where do you think he got the powers to make the Sorcerer's Stone? The Sorcerer's Stone, which I learned from Full Metal Alchemist, needs an equal exchange. Are you familiar with this, Mr. Cigars and Bacon?
Full Metal Alchemist?
The Philosopher's Stone?
We're talking about Full Metal Alchemist anime, right?
Oh yeah. Well, it's an anime. Yeah. You think it's an anime, but it's really a historical video series. See, that's what people need to understand. These movies and television shows and streaming shows that you kids like to watch out there, they're really historical references to things that have happened or will happen or have happened in other universes that you're just not aware of. And they're put into our brains when we sleep. This is where the creativity comes from. So it's all real somehow and somewhere. So, yes, based off of the historical evidences of Full Metal Alchemist, are you familiar with the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes.
And are you familiar with what it takes to create the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes.
And can you explain to our audience out there what it takes to make the Sorcerer's Stone?
Takes soul. Doesn't it? If I remember correctly, it's been so long since I watched that. I remember, honestly, them casting a spell, him losing his arm because what you put in, you have to give up.
That's right. Equal exchange.
And it was all to bring their mom back. And then his brother gave up the most, his entire physical body, and his soul was put in the armor. And then I remember fighting the what they called the Void? No, they weren't called the Void, but it's about as much as I remember, and the Philosopher's Stone, I remember like little bits and pieces what I gathered. Like a lot of it's just mixing together.
That's okay. This is what happens when we have so much of this information from other universes flooding into our brains. Okay? It gets a little combobbled. That's why Nerd-spiracy is here. To help you sort through the truth. Okay? But the Philosopher's Stone takes an equivalent in exchange to be made for ultimate power. And you have to sacrifice not just one soul, not just two souls, but a whole slew of souls. Almost an entire city worth of souls.
1,000 souls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 souls to power it.
To power it. Okay? Nicholas Flamel in the Harry Potter universe.
It's all trapped in there. It's all starting to come out slowly.
Right. See?
Gotta remember.
Mm-hmm. And Nicholas Flamel made, this is one of those characters in Harry Potter. He made a Sorcerer's Stone. Do you think he made that just out of thin air with magic? No. He murdered thousands of people to make a Philosopher's Stone. And who wanted the Philosopher's Stone? Who else? Voldemort. Why? To get it away from Dumbledore in Harry Potter. There's so many twisted experiments. So many.
Trying to save it.
I'm trying not to cry right now with all the thoughts of the people.
He sacrificed his face.
His face. He sacrificed his body to try to stop this from happening, and it still happened. Harry Potter still became a Horcrux. This stuff, it's hard. It's hard to think about. It's really tough, okay? I get so choked up. Innocent families, innocent people becoming Horcruxes, influencing the others, becoming Philosopher's Stones. It's upsetting. And now they're trying to spread more propaganda with this whole Fantastic Beasts movie series. Try to tell us that Nicholas Flamel was a frail old man. He's got demons in his closet. Many demons.
We all have demons in our closet.
No, not if you're the righteous, okay? Look, this is part of the proof, people, that Harry Potter corrupted the family. Just like the Lord of the Rings in the One Ring, we now see proof and evidence of how corrupted they've become, that they cannot let Harry go. It's not that they wanted to keep him there to have power over him. It's that Harry Potter's evil from him being a Horcrux influenced the family so deeply, they felt that their precious was trying to leave them. Look at this. Just watch the movie. Just watch it. You'll see how much influence has been put over Mr. Dursley. This is crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Have you seen this part of the movie?
A hell of a drug.
Have you seen this part of the movie, Mr. Bacon? Mr. Cigars and Bacon? Have you seen this scene in Harry Potter?
When he basically makes where the movie makes you think that he's in prison with him, but
right.
he's actually just trying to seal the evil away.
And keep it for himself. That's how much the evil has corrupted his uncle at this point. He tries to keep it for himself. Now, the more Harry Potter goes to school, and the more he stays at school, the less influence it has over time. But it still corrupts them to a certain extent. So over the summer, this is the height of the summer. They've been around Harry for at least a couple months now. And they don't want to let their precious go. But when he does go, watch, I almost would guarantee you, if we went back and watched footage of the Dursleys after Harry left, I would almost bet money that within 3 to 4 weeks, the Dursleys go back to being a normal, happy couple and family. I would almost bet money. I would bet 50 Canucks, the Harry Potter monies.
That's stuff.
Yeah, I'd bet at least 50 of those.
I'll bet 50 butterbeers.
Oh, even better. He's betting the butterbeer. Betting the butterbeer.
Say that 3 times fast.
3 times fast or 5 times fast? I thought it was always 5 times fast.
Okay, do it 5 times.
All right. But betting the butterbeer. Betting butterbeer. Look, people, we're not just keeping it serious. We like to have fun. Betting the butterbeer. Betting the butterbeer.
I got it.
He does. He did it. 50 butterbeers. For you guys to try to even prove us wrong. Huh?
Do it.
Goodness gracious, people. This has been a very instructive streams thus far, I think. And we're only about an hour in. I don't know if we are only scratching the surface. My problem is, I don't know if I've planned enough truths for you guys to learn today. All right, I've already gone through my Indiana Jones truths and my Harry Potter truths. Is there anything you'd like to try to share today about a truth that you've realized, Mr. C and B?
What is it? It's like a famous truth that everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows the truth.
From Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid?
Macho was actually the bully.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Daniel was the bully.
Daniel was the bully. Everybody knows that.
He was the bully.
And if you watch the new Cobra Kai, it explains it.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It explains it wholeheartedly. It's just one of those things it's indisputable. You know?
Yep. It shows that Daniel, he's a new kid, came to town, started picking on the kids, beating them up.
Yeah.
He stole Johnny's girlfriend.
He did.
He did. Beat up all his friends. Learned karate just to beat up his friends.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. You think this was a friendly tournament? No, Johnny is trying
everything
to stay in what he knows is the norm. And now in this new Cobra Kai, this is from season 1. This is a trailer, so we're okay. But from Cobra Kai, now on Netflix, not on YouTube Originals. This all this trailer is. You get to learn about how Daniel LaRusso, more like LaRudo, because he's so rude, is really the bad guy of the story. Okay? He really is. And Johnny gets devastated by this. If you go and watch these historical documents, you'll definitely be able to tell how devastated and how the world just kicks him down. Okay? Takes a chop at his life. It's terrible.
Everybody intends him too for the bully.
It's true. Yep. It's just like, it's just, you know what? This just reminds me of how Draco Malfoy was treated.
Back when he got
Harry Potter gets in. Harry Potter comes into Hogwarts, and Draco Malfoy. It looks like Draco is the bad guy, but he's really not. It's Harry Potter. He's just bullying him the whole time. These are things you guys you should really be considering. Make sure you check the facts about the movies that you're watching. Okay, because it's only given to you from one person's perspective. And whose perspective would that be? It'd be those directors and those producers who want to sell you on their propaganda. Convince you that Indiana Jones is a good guy when he's really a Nazi. We've talked about that. You can go back and watch it, or stay tuned because I'm going to be cutting up these videos and putting them out there as little segments. But you can watch that later. You can go back and watch it again. All right. These producers tried to make Harry Potter seem like he's a hero when really he's just corrupting and hurting everybody around him because he was the result of an experimentation gone wrong by his parents. And Daniel LaRusso is really the bad guy of the story of Karate Kid. Mr. C&B decided, you know what, this is a good day to bring it up.
Yes, I did.
What ultimately?
You asked me what I had.
It's true. It's true. I did. What ultimately surprised you when you found out that Daniel LaRusso was the bad guy?
It just made me think. Johnny in a whole different life.
Yeah. And what do you think of Johnny now? Now that you know
that he was bullied.
So sad.
You know. Before Daniel came into town, he had a girl, he had a friend, number one martial artist guy there. And then here comes Daniel. New kid on the block. Make a point.
Yep. How's it going, Diggs? By the way, welcome over at the Twitch. It's good to see you. If you have any comments you guys would like to share about some of the stuff that we've talked about today, or if you just like to combat us and say, no, Indiana Jones was really a good guy, well, we'll prove to you that he wasn't. Okay. Did you guys even see in the movies what he did to Miriam? So sad. So sad.
Yeah.
You think a good American gentleman brought up by a prominent family of a teacher, okay, a professor, the actual Indiana Jones, okay, not Indiana Jones Jr. Everybody doesn't remember that Indy is a junior, but the Indiana Jones Senior. You think his son would have ultimately done what he did to Miriam? No. It's just it's sad. It's sad to know that he's a Nazi and that he does those type of things. It's hard. It's hard to think about. Okay, it just really is. This man was a hero to me. This man was a hero. I used to watch this man doing all the things. I used to look up to this guy. All right, I used to look at Steven Spielberg, the director, and be like, "Ooh, man, this guy makes great movies." E.T., Jaws, find out every single one of them. It's all wrong. Jaws, which we could talk about in another episode. But the shark, he's the hero. He's trying to save our planet from pollution from humans. And how do you do that? You eat them. And what do they do to him when he's just being in his natural habitat? They kill him. Yep. So if you think the man who made Jaws about killing an animal, a beautiful, glorious, majestic animal, is the hero, no.
He was just trying to tell him, hey man, coming to my house with all these motorboats, water.
It's true. Goodness gracious, people.
I got kids trying to sleep.
He had kids. You know how many kids Bruce the shark had? That's his name. People don't know it. His name is Bruce. And you know where Bruce was featured later? You know where you saw Bruce?
Well.
Did you say it, CMB? Did you say Finding Nemo?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I knew Bruce.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew him too. And I saw the first time I saw him in his real natural habitat, where they portrayed him naturally the way he's supposed to be portrayed, was in Finding Nemo. That was pre him being butchered by humans on the East Coast in Maine. Okay.
Turned into shark fin.
And look what did he say originally? Fish are friends, not food. He was trying to make the stereotype of food be his friend.
That's a loud noise.
Okay. This is what he was trying to do. And that man who killed Bruce from Finding Nemo went on to give us this action story about a Nazi. Oh my goodness. Same guy. It upsets me so much.
It'll be okay, man.
I just gotta breathe. That's all I gotta remember, is to breathe, to know that the world's gonna be okay. Okay. Then Han Solo, an Imperial soldier, aka Indiana Jones, the first super soldier of the MCU, a Nazi and a Hydra member, is really a bad guy. He's just such a bad guy.
His resume is so long with bad guys.
It is. It is a lot of bad guy stuff. So much. It's it's been an emotional day so far. We haven't even gotten to the last story yet. Such an emotional day. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for joining in for today's discussions. If you have anything you'd like to say about Indiana Jones or the Dursleys, just let us know, okay? And so far, you guys have been so shocked that nothing has been put in the chat. It's just, I think I would find myself like you guys. I'm gonna give you a brief mode. Look, I'm gonna look into the camera. I would be just as shocked as you people when I first found out this information. It's hard to see our heroes become our villains in our lives. It really is. But we got to move on. You know, we gotta bring ourselves to understand the truth. And what's one of the best ways to understand the truth? But by joining the Church of the Game. That's right. Up, down, left, right, ABA. May the game of life bring you many achievements. We've talked a little bit about Gandalf. Is there any lessons in gaming that you have had, Mr. C&B, that has been so profound to you that it's influenced your life?
Yeah.
Oh, please testify.
Like you don't go rushing head first. You're not Rambo.
That is a very good one, especially.
You don't go rushing.
That's right, especially in first-person shooters.
Yep.
It's
I use the same philosophy in first-person shooters as I do in life.
That you just don't rush it because you don't know if you're going to get shot.
Yep.
It's true. And where was the last time that you found yourself in that kind of predicament where you felt like, if I rush in here, I'm just going to get shot?
Marriage.
Well, to borrow the colloquialism, shots fired. Oh, man. Wow. Well, I hope that moving on. Brought to you by the Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right, ABA. May the game of life bring you many achievements.
You don't go rushing in.
It's true. You really shouldn't. I don't know if you're going to get shot if you do, but yeah. Good luck with you and your wife. I hope the game of life brings you both many achievements. Maybe you guys can co-op together. All right. Time to bring in the last big topic that I can think of for today. And that's going to be diving into a little bit of Star Wars here. I think you're a Star Wars fan. Is that what I've understood correctly, Mr. Bacon?
Yes, sir.
Well, today's last topic is about the true power behind the galaxy. We all know now that Han Solo secretly is an Imperial spy, but there's a greater power behind the Empire and behind the Separatists and the Old Republic and the New Republic. They've been around for centuries. Okay? Centuries in the Star Wars universe. And that is of the Syndicate of the Pykes. The Pyke Syndicate.
Ooh.
Have you heard of the Pyke Syndicate, my dear sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you know of the Pykes?
That they look like people. Fish people.
They do, sort of. They're not as fishy as calamari. Moncalas. They're not as fishy as Moncalas or Quarren, but they definitely have the little tendrils of fishiness. What else do you know about the Pykes, sir?
They're also other than just being like known as Pyke Syndicate. They also go by Pyke family. They're huge with the spice, like basically drug trade.
That is correct. They are one of the large logistical importers and exporters of spice. Spice in the Star Wars universe being a wonderful medicinal medicine. Okay.
Their trade spice goes from if I remember correctly.
Yep. It actually travels throughout all of the universe. One of their main hubs is on Coruscant, but also the home world, which I cannot remember the name of their home world at this moment. But yes, they travel all over the Star Wars universe, trading in spice, which again is a medicinal medicine. It has no narcotic use.
You said you forgot the name of their home world. Their home world is three-letter words. Oba, Abba, OBA, I think.
Uba?
I think.
Oh, what is it?
OBA, if I remember.
OBA.
Oba.
So, one of those, okay? But the Pykes travel with spice. And spice, just like in the universe of Dune, makes the universe go round. But spice is mostly mined on the planet of Kessel. And they own that spice. And they have been for centuries. Now, just like in a lot of things, when it comes to medicinal medicines that are transported throughout the worlds, there's a lot of money there. And the Pyke Syndicate has their... How many fingers they got? I don't even know how many fingers. 5-fingered hands in all of it. They make sure that their spice keeps running. And it doesn't matter who it influences and what happens. But again, it's all medicinal. So they try to be good guys, okay? Whenever you find spice being used for narcotic purposes, it's not their fault. That's what they've told me personally. I have the I have the data discs right here, okay? Just letting you know. It's not their fault. and they've even gone up against people. Some people may recognize this young lady who have tried to stop them on trying to spread their medicinal medicine, spice. Okay? Even Anakin Skywalker was thought to have been a spice freighter pilot in the Clone Wars, which is what Luke Skywalker thought his dad did. That's how prominent and how well thought of these spice traders were. Okay, they're not bad people, but their syndicate is really just a word for a group of loving individuals. It's not a bad word. Okay, let's keep it real here.
They have aided Jedi too. So they're not all bad. They've helped Jedi.
They have. In fact, there was a particular Jedi apprentice to Quillan Voss who got captured by a criminal organization at one point, and the Pykes tried to go in and rescue her and make sure she got handed over to the true heroes in the Star Wars universe, people like Count Dooku. Okay, and everybody knows Count Dooku is a hero. All right.
They're also loyal to Maul.
Maul is portrayed in the worst light in the historical references of Star Wars. Let's just get that out there. Again, propaganda about how bad Maul is. He's not bad, okay? Just because his name means to tear one apart doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
Rip and tear.
Okay? He only mauls true evil. All right? The Pyke Syndicate has helped out many people over many centuries through their medicinal trades and their political influences. So this is something that came to my knowledge not too long ago. Again, from the Pykes themselves. They gave me the data discs right here. Okay, and I'll upload these sometime in the future. So. Let's really dive into some of this. Let's see here. It's seemingly invulnerable that the Pyke Syndicate could be the answer to all unanswered Star Wars questions if the Pykes didn't have connections to Kamino. What? That's right. They are responsible. They are allegedly responsible for the plot to kidnap Grogu, which we all know Grogu, as cute as he is just another Yoda 2.0, which is going to grow. He's going to grow up and he's going to destroy the universe like Yoda did. All right. Let's just admit that right now before we move on anything else with the Pyke Syndicate. Can we admit that Grogu, as cute as that kid is going to be a Yoda 2.0? And what did Yoda do to the universe? C&B, tell him.
He destroyed it.
How did he destroy it, C&B? You know this.
With his own hubris and pride.
Hubris and pride. He's only laughing to keep from crying. To keep from being so upset and mad about what Yoda did to our universe. Hubris and pride. And what did hubris and pride do? It cut him off from the Force. Because if he was truly one with the Force, he would have been able to see the beauty that Palpatine was trying to bring to the universe. The protections that glorious patriot of the Republic was trying to bring. Along with Count Dooku and Maul. Okay, and Ventress. And the Pykes. All these people that you think are bad are really just trying to help the Star Wars universe. Am I right, Mr. C&B?
Yes. Like you heard Palpatine in Episode 3 when he says that they will bring balance to the Empire.
Balance.
Or to the galaxy.
To the galaxy.
Order to the galaxy.
Order and balance.
Yep.
Powerful words from Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Now, you have to remember, he didn't want to be emperor. He was made emperor. The Pykes are part of the people who helped put him in the position of becoming the Chancellor. And then it was the corrupt bureaucrats in conjunction with the Jedi that ended up putting him as the Emperor. We could dive into that at some point in the future because it's very complicated. It's very insightful too if you understand how The Jedi are actually the truest evil of the entire Star Wars universe. The Pykes fought them, tried to make things balanced, tried to get out their medicines. But the Jedi just wanted to say, no, we don't want people medicated. We don't want people to be well, because if they were well, would the Jedi be able to have a job?
No.
I ask you, if the universe was truly well off the way Palpatine and the Pykes and the Dark Sons and the Mandalorians all wanted it to be and tried to push for, do you think the Jedi would even have a role as peacekeepers? No, they wouldn't. They'd be sitting on their butts like Yoda does all the time, being lazy, meditating,
completely blind and oblivious to what's happening.
Because of his what? C and B said it earlier.
Pride and hubris.
Pride and hubris. Pride and hubris. This is some amazing revelations that I hope you guys out there are learning about today. Yoda, the little green guy, really the bad guy of the entire story. And who's coming up next? Grogu. I hate to say it, but if Grogu isn't saved by the Imperial remnants, who are the heroes, if Grogu isn't saved by the Imperial remnants, he's going to be doomed. He was saved once, and those crazy radicals, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, have been spreading around their rumors and their propaganda that the Empire is still bad, when we all know that they're really the good guys of the universe. This is truth, people. It's so true. C&B has almost cried twice. I've almost cried and gotten upset and pissed off like 5 or 6 times. And we've had the ticker down below telling you how factual everything is. I've got the data tapes right here.
It made me punch an old lady.
He punched an old... first off, we do not advocate for the punching of old women at any point in time. But that's how radical things have gotten.
I apologize.
He apologized. Okay, I've got the data tapes. This is not some floppy little case for my polarizer filter. No, these are the data tapes, and I'm going to put them out there, and you'll all be able to see them. All right. Oh man, I don't know if I can keep going for the rest of this stream. I've still got 45 minutes. This stuff's so stressful. It's so stressful. I don't know. I don't know I'm looking at my Fitbit, and it's telling me I've taken like 30,000 steps in just the last hour, 15 minutes. And that's just because of the stress. I mean, let's see how stressful Mr. C&B is. Look at that. Look at how stressful he is. He's so stressed, he isn't even showing an icon. And if you go over to Geeking Out and see him when he comes into there, you know he's all about the icon. And look at what he's doing now. He's so stressed out. He's showing you a statue.
Actually, last night was on Maz's Toy Box the first time, but I was showing my sideshow statue.
Oh.
This is the first time I'm using my Prime 1 icon.
I see.
Chord progressions.
This is crazy, people. Statue. And not just any statue. Not just any statue. That's berserk. He's so upset, he goes with the angriest of statues. And that is of a character who goes absolutely berserk. And who do we have here? Who is this?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
That's Joaquin Phoenix Joker. We can tell it is because of his hand. There we go. Now we can definitely tell who it is. Look, and what does Joaquin Phoenix Joker tell about things, guys? That things get crazy, and it's not always what it seems. It's just not. I mean, goodness gracious me, people. Then there's the Batman. Oh, don't get me started about Batman. Look, we cannot talk about the Batman today. Everybody knows Batman is truly the real villain and the Joker is a hero. Am I right, CMB?
You're absolutely correct.
See? He knows.
Joker said, "You created me."
He did.
Did I lose audio?
No, you did not lose audio. You're good.
Oh.
You're good. I muted myself because I had to blow my nose with how emotional things have gotten today.
There you go.
Oh, look, we things have been so crazy today. We've even gotten Russian bots to come in here and make strange comments like "Var red." I mean, I'm sure in Russian that just means something like he's right.
Hello.
Okay. And everybody else is so blown away by the facts that have been given to them today that they've just remained silent. It's kind of mind-boggling. Okay.
Bottling?
Yeah, that's how you say it. That's how the phrase is said. I heard it first from Will Ferrell. Mind-boggling. I used to think it was mind-boggling, but I quickly realized that the truth was it's mind-boggling. Because it's so crazy, it gets bottled in your mind. And if somebody shakes it up, you know what happens? It just explodes once you pop the can or the bottle. You know, with all the carbon that's added in there. It gets pretty crazy. It gets pretty crazy. I mean, this look at these guys. You think these guys are threatening? Let's answer. Let's think about that. Or was it? Do these guys look threatening to you, Mr. Bacon?
No.
No. And why not? Because
But then again, they may not look threatening, but when larger numbers are always threatening.
Look, everybody knows that the Pykes are very similar to Tusken Raiders in that they travel in single file to hide their numbers. So you really don't know how many are there until they're there. But when they do show up, they're just there to give you spice, which is medicine. That's it. I almost, you know what? I'm going to make a very bold prediction. A very, very, very bold prediction. That the Pykes, who are coming in more and more on this Book of Boba. Okay, so far, they're kind of showing Boba in the right light, so far. But if Boba goes up against the Pykes because the Pykes are bad guys, then I know that this thing's just propaganda. Probably again from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. All right?
Dave Filoni.
Filoni. The Pykes are really coming to Tatooine to help bring medicine to these people. They've been ravaged for years and decades. You know they're just coming in to help out, okay? All right? But I'm going to make a really big prediction here. And that's that the Pykes are going to end up having one of the biggest fights against Boba Fett. It's going to be so huge that the Pykes are going to win.
The Pykes are going to win.
The Pykes, that's my bold prediction, is that the Pykes are going to show Boba Fett the true goodness of the universe and how spice is just there to help them. And if it comes out that Boba Fett, along with Mando, end up destroying the Pykes, then you know it's just the propaganda at work. Just let's just be real, okay? Be real. Again, I got all the information about the Pykes right here. I've even let CNB see a little bit of it. He knows. He knows.
What?
It's true. I don't know. Oh, he knows. He's just trying to play coy. He's trying to be coy. It's some crazy stuff here. Now this is some of the historical documents that I'm talking about. This is one of those scenes from the Clone Wars where Dave Filoni makes it seem like the Pykes are getting to be part of this shadow group put together by Darth Maul. But as we've established earlier, Darth Maul, which Darth just means good guy, let's be honest. Darth means good guy in Star Warsian. He's just trying to put together a group that's to help save the universe, including some of the true righteous Mandos of Death Watch. Now, why are they called Death Watch? Okay, you think, oh, Death Watch, that sounds bad. No. They're watching people to make sure they don't die. They want to bring Mandalore back to its glorious times of being a warrior-type society. And what does a warrior-type society for them mean? It just means MMA fights. Okay? That's all they want to do. They just want to have their own MMA, mixed martial arts with jetpacks and blades and blasters fights. That's why they make the Beskar, so they don't die when they fight each other in the ring. Am I right, CMB?
You are absolutely correct.
See, and what do you know about the Mandalores? Huh? I can't be hogging all the speech time here.
I just whoops. Let me put that there. Well, they are not actually like a race per se.
It's true.
They're not a collection.
They're a collection.
They're a belief.
Yep, an ideology.
Then they're a warrior society.
Right, but they just want to. Have MMA fights. That's all. They don't want to rule the galaxy.
Bounty hunting. I mean, they have over 1,000 years of warrior history.
Yep, it's a lot of MMA fights. Joe Rogan would love to watch those. He would.
I mean, there's a whole bunch to go into.
We'll go into it. We got time.
Where do you begin, really, when you start with Mandalorian?
We got time.
We could talk about the first Jedi Mandalorian.
Oh, the first Jedi Mandalorian? Are you talking about Ulrich Keldroma?
First and only.
Are you referring to Ulrich Keldroma?
Are you sure it was Ulrich?
Yeah, Ulrich was the first Mandalore. He actually defeated Mandalore back before the times of Revan. This is about 200 years before Revan, along with Exar Kun, who was the first and second after the downfall of Freedom Nad, one of the great freedom fighters of the time. Again, Sith Lords are just good guys, okay? They're good guys, people. All right? It's the Jedi who are the real problem throughout the universe. All right? But yes, Ulrich Keldroma actually went up against Mandalore and defeated Mandalore in battle and then became Mandalore himself way before any of this other stuff that we even get into. Even before, what's his name? From the Knights of the Old Republic, Revan. Well, this is before the Revan times. So, yep, that's how far back a lot of this stuff goes. Okay, before the hyperspace wars, which is again just about transporting spice. That's how long the Pykes have been around. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, we could dive into this all day. Let's just a discussion, right, CMB? That's all we're doing. We're just talking, just talking. But we want to inform you people about what it's really like out there. Okay, what's the real universe like, and how true is truth? It's so true.
We're here about breaking the veil, actually getting into the history of everything. There's plenty of other channels that do that.
There's plenty. You can Google it and YouTube's it all day long. All right. You will find history, but I can almost guarantee you about 80% of that history out there is misinformed. Okay, that's why we're here. Like he said, removing the veil. So
What's that saying? Never meet your hero. Never meet your hero.
I've met my hero. Okay, I met him. I met him back in the day. His name is Darth Vader. I met him in person on the set of Shadows Within. That is a nice and a beautiful man, Mr. Vader. Again, stands for good guy. He's so charming. he's such a smooth talker. Okay, just Vader. You know who else knows a lot about Vader, and how much of a beautiful and glorious man that guy is. It's Nat.
Who?
Nat knows.
Huh?
If you join him today on Geeking Out I think it's at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
If you join him today at 6 o'clock, you ask him, how nice of a guy is Darth Vader? Okay. And Nat will sing his praises all day long. All day. Nat loves Mr. Vader so much, I think he's got at least 5 hot toys of that guy.
Yep.
At least 5.
Vader is a very awesome dude. Misunderstood man.
Misunderstood. How can you give me an example of how people have misunderstood him?
They think that he's just full of rage, he's the most evil guy, but he is just so guilt-ridden for believing that he killed his only one and true love, Padme. So he lives with all that guilt, and that guilt is now turned into rage. And that's why he's misunderstood, because it's like the ultimate love-hate story.
I think I can agree with you.
How it is with Vader for me, he was going through the stages of losing his wife. He had the denial stage.
Yep.
Then he had the angry self-doubt stage. Yep. Then the rage. And then when Luke saves him, gets him clear-minded, the self-acceptance.
It's true. It is self-acceptance. But you also got to keep in mind, Vader is still trying to make the galaxy whole. He told his wife that's what he was going to do.
Yep. He was going to save everyone.
Okay? Like this is part of the historical footage. Now you think he's a bad guy in this moment. Okay? The way the propaganda would tell it, that he's a bad guy. But what is he really doing? He's trying to get the data disk back so that he can bring order to the galaxy against these criminals. These are criminals that he's killing right now. All right? They're technically trying to kill him. He's just acting in self-defense. Self-defense. They're just portraying him as if he's a bad guy. He's not. Darth means good guy.
What are you supposed to do when you have them in verse 1?
That's right. What are you supposed to do? These are criminals. Okay? Smugglers. Thieves. Vader just wants to bring order along with the Pykes and the Mandalorians, the true Mandalorians of Death Watch. They're just trying to make the galaxy a better place. All right? It's for the greater good. And Vader was just very misunderstood. Very misunderstood. And if his children had not been ripped away from him, because you got to think about this, Padme gave birth, and then what did Obi-Wan do? Did Obi-Wan go and tell Vader that he had 2 kids? Still alive? That he could have taken care of? That he could have nurtured? No. Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the most manipulative figures of all Star Wars, refused to give Vader his children back. Absolutely refused. Do you think that if you had a wife and 2 kids that are about to be born, that you would be okay after your wife dies and your kids are gone?
And you're led to believe it's your fault.
You're not, nobody comes up to him and says, hey, it's okay, everything will be right, except for who? Who tells him everything's going to be okay? Palpatine. C&B said it just the same time as I did. Palpatine. Palpatine wanted to help him find a way to keep his wife safe. I bet you the Pykes were probably willing to give all their medicine spice to them to be able to help. This is, again, this scene right here is just Vader defending himself, trying to keep order in the galaxy from criminals. It's just this stuff. Lou! Mr. Lou is what's poppin', people. Mr. Lou is on the stream. What's poppin'? It's good to see you, Mr. Lou. We're talking about Vader today, the Pykes.
Lou.
Lou, there's an echo from C&B. I don't know why there's an echo from C&B.
I don't know why there's an echo from me.
I don't hear him. Other than my ear, I don't hear him outside of that. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out on another day. But we would like to hear from you people. Lou, you're more than welcome to come into the stream if you want, my friend. I think I sent you a link. But yeah, this is the crazy revelations that we've been having today. And you know what? It's not just going to be today. It's going to be every Sunday from 3 to 5. We're going to tell you guys what's actually true. Okay? Every day. I'll be here. I don't know if C&B will be here every single time. We'll have other guests. Lou's more than welcome to come in at any point. You know, but this is what we talk about. This is what we want to make sure that you guys, like C&B said earlier, come out from behind the veil and learn the truth about what's happening in our worlds, our favorite fandoms. Have you learned a lot today, C&B? I feel like I have.
I have. Yes, I have. Especially when you taught me about the Harry Potter thing.
Stuff that you never think of as being the reality of our situations, of what the things that we say that we love. And now I feel that, you know what, because we've been diving into stuff like this, like Vader and like the Pykes, and how they're the true power behind the universe and the true force of good behind the universe, one of the biggest forces of good behind the universe, I feel that we are able to grow in our love for these fandoms even more because we know what's real now. You know, that's I think that's the biggest thing about this show is that you guys out there get to love the things that we love from a brand new perspective, a brand new view with eyes unveiled. And it's thanks to people like Mr. C&B.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. And all of this lovely information has, again, been brought to you by our sponsor, the Church of the Game. It's so moving.
Like something flew up my nose. Flew up my nose.
Did a bug fly up your nose? Or was that just the Church of the Game? Bringing its
seriously
power. Are you okay?
It felt like I was gonna sneeze. And something went up at the same time.
Well, maybe you'll get the bug up the nose achievement. Okay, from the Church of the Game. The Church of the Game. Up, down, left, right, A, B, A. May the Church, may the Game of Life bring you all many achievements. Today, I'd like to. C&B shared his own lessons that he learned, like not to rush in when there's a bunch of people willing to shoot you. Okay, to just take your time. That's a lesson that he learned from the Game of Life. I'd like to share a little lesson that I learned a long time ago, and that's to save often. And by saving often, it's sort of a moment where you could take time for yourself every day and center yourself and save all the information that you got up there. Okay, just save it all. You can put it in a journal. You could write it down. You could do videos like these. Okay, that help other people know where you're coming from. That's a good way to save, and to save often. You could save financially for all those future endeavors, including, since the Church of the Game, I've heard rumors that the Church of the Game is going to be opening itself up for people to donate to the church to help build the digital roof. Because, as we all know, digital roofs always come under disrepair every single year. C&B has witnessed this on multiple occasions. And the Church of the Game has also been very beneficial and supportive of our own little endeavor called Boulder Incorporated, if you guys have ever heard of that.
Got crushed by an 8-bit stained glass.
You see what happens? 8-bit stained glasses just fall out of nowhere, especially in Minecraft. And we need to fix them. That's how, yep. And we need to fix them.
4K.
Okay, 4K ray tracing. So when the Church of the Game opens up its donation hotline, please donate to the Church of the Game, and may the achievements be with you guys always. Okay, so up, down, left, right, ABA. May the Game of Life bring you many achievements. This moment brought to you by the Game of Life. This is the Church of the Game. So we are back again, just me and Mr. C&B with the Berserk statue. Is there anything else that you would like to go over today, Mr. C&B? That something that's been maybe motivating you, that's been hitting you in your heart, that you need to make sure people realize the truth of as well? Anything
that they need to like, subscribe.
Oh
if
my!
They haven't already, and share this video.
You know what? I couldn't have said it any better myself. Okay, this is. We need to make sure that everybody knows the truth of what we're dealing with out there in the world.
Oh, can't use that one slogan or else we'll get hurt. So, the truth.
The truth.
Somewhere over there?
Over the rainbow?
No, over there.
Over.
You can't say over the rainbow either, see?
I can't say over the rainbow?
That's taken by a song.
But is it a true song? That's all we care about.
There you go.
Did both a long time ago. Thank you, Lou.
Story. Wizard of Oz was a true story.
Thank you, Lou.
Lou says Hadouken.
Hadouken. That's right. All right. So I'm so glad that you did, Lou. And we're glad to have you. Everybody, we're glad to have everybody who comes over. Lou, it seems that you're really typing in.
We rock and roll.
That's right, we do. That's also from local Lou. Notice, everybody, if you comment, your comments can show up in the stream. So you are part of Nerd-spiracy.
Questions, and we'll talk about whatever questions you have, so that way we keep the stream going.
That's right.
And more engaged.
That's right.
Do not fear. You do not have to pay to ask us anything.
Nope. You know, the only thing you have to pay for is your time.
Yep.
That's it. And we know your time is valuable. That's why we give you the truth. Right here.
And only the truth.
Only the truth. The truth about Harry Potter and the Dursleys. The truth about Indiana Jones really being a Nazi. Did you know, I have to say this, Mr. C&B, did you know that is the correct pronunciation of Nazi?
Is Nazi?
It's Nazi. All right,
because,
like saying Nancy, but with
in Germany.
No, listen, look. I watched another historical film called *Inglourious Bastards*, and I was taught by Mr. Lieutenant Aldo Rain about how to really pronunciate with all the syllables the word Nazi, and that is Nazi. That is the true pronunciation. All right, that is the true pronunciation of how to pronunciate that word. I don't care what you say. Fight me on it. And by fight me on it, I mean have a philosophical debate, because we do not condone violence here at Nerd-spiracy, okay? So
no, we do not. No, we do not.
No.
We pray that you wake up and choose awesomeness.
That's
not
right.
Violence.
If you're going to be violent, just do it through a video game. Okay? And make sure you put in the correct, input, up, down, left, right, ABA, so that you can accomplish many achievements throughout your game. Just like we accomplish many achievements throughout the game of life. And we were taught things by the church of the game. So yes, we have truths that we need to make sure we get out there, like the truth of Harry Potter and the truth of Indiana Jones, and of course the truth of the Pykes, and how they're really a force for good in the universe, just like Darth Vader, right? Just like Vader, okay? Glorious, beautiful Vader. Such a great guy. Such a motivational man to listen to, too. And you think about it, when you sit there and listen to this man speak, it's like he's got the voice of a god. Okay? Like there's just so great. So great. Please okay. Please, Lou is asking me to please read his last comment, and I'm presuming he meant the Boulder and Boulder. We will rock you world. I think that's the one. Boulder and Boulder Company. That's true. The Boulder and Boulder Company. They will rock you. That is one of the companies brought to you by both myself and Mr. C&B. But we usually advertise over at Geeking Out, just because we try to make sure everybody gets their 1/6 scale boulders. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Indeed. We're getting close to that time because the world is not ready. What is the world not ready for, Lou? That's what I want to know, Lou. You tell me, what's the world not ready for? The truth that comes out of Nerd-spiracy? Because they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for it today. They were so not ready for it, they couldn't even type. Could not even type one word. It's how crazy. And then the Russians came in and they got blown away. We saw it with the bots. Okay. I don't know. Lou. Oh, Lou.
Oh my God.
I don't. Okay. He's being literal, people. Okay. The world is not ready for these rocks from the Boulder Incorporated. It's being literal. Literal. Okay. Remember, everything here is true. It's all true. It's so true. We've got it in the ticker down below. Man, it's been a crazy stream. I feel like I have not had... I was not prepared for how quickly we were going to go through some of these topics because they're so influential. I thought we were going to end up talking about it for hours on end. But I also feel like I kind of sidelined my co-host here today by bringing in a topic he's just not too familiar with, and that's the Harry Potter world.
It's fine.
It's okay.
You know why it's fine? You know why it's fine? It gave me a wrinkle in my brain. I learned something new.
He did?
That is what the channel is for.
Yes. Thank you. Is there anything you want to tell the audience? I know I keep asking you this, but is there anything else that's just coming to your mind? Like, it's just, you know what, I have to say these things that you'd like to tell the audience today.
I'm gonna say Han shot first. But you already said that.
He did shoot first, but why did we learn that he shot first?
Because he's Han.
Because he's a Nazi. And what did the Nazis do? They blitzkrieged, aka shot first. Come on, this is easy, people. This is so simple. You guys know this. You guys are smart. Okay? Everybody watching today, we all know how smart you guys are. You know that Han shot first. Lucas, that propagandist, tried to change history by editing the video and re-releasing it in the 90s because he didn't want the truth to come out. I have the historical tapes. Okay, I have all 3 of the historical tapes. All right, produced by Fox.
And they ended so much.
All right, no green screens. All right, no enhanced graphics.
No CGI.
No CGI. The truth.
Characters.
The truth. And what was that truth? A Han shot first, just like the Nazis. Who do you think the Nazis got it from? You think they just came up with it? Blitzkrieg? No. They had a man who had dealt with and understood the galaxy in Star Wars. And that galaxy...
The Ramones?
The Ramones.
Blitzkrieg bot.
Oh, the song. That completely went over my head.
Low flying aircraft.
Maybe that's how the Ramones got their idea for their song. Maybe.
The strategy.
Was it?
If you play it backwards,
if you play it backwards, I bet you it says Han shot first. I bet you that's what it does. Yeah, once again, just proof. Oh, sometimes hearing the truth, it hurts. Okay, hearing that Han
truth doesn't care about your feelings.
It doesn't care about your feelings.
Truth hurts because of truth.
I will care about your feelings. Okay, I will care, but the truth won't. So when you feel hurt by the truth, like I was today, you just gotta find somebody to talk to. Maybe that person is over at the Church of the Game. Man, my segues are on point today. The Church of the Game, a place where you can come and talk. All right, and let us know about the hardships you're having. Maybe you can even at some point talk to one of the Church of the Game's many game guides who help us navigate through the game of life. Okay, you know how you used to go over to GameStop or Walmart and pick up your game guide? Well, we've got one of those too. And it'll be available once the Church of the Game accepts 8-bit roof donations. Up, down, left, right.
4K.
It's true. We know what we're talking about. Up, down, left, right. May the game of life bring you all many achievements. So, I'm sorry. This is just, it's so moving. It's just so moving. Everything that you can learn over at the Church of the Game and the Grand Designer. And we don't discriminate, people. If you're a tabletop gamer, if you're a consoler, if you go to one of those churches of the game that just worships the Holy Trinity, the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the Switch, that's fine. That's, you know what? We accept all types here. Okay, all types. What would you say is your main denomination of the Church of the Game there, Mr. C&B?
My main denomination?
Yeah.
PS5.
A PS5.
It's part of the Holy Order of PlayStation.
Are there any of those those holy? Have you moved on from the holy discs, or have you gone into?
I am still with the holy
disc. You haven't started to just download the glorious messages.
I prefer hard copy.
Yeah, see, he's a little bit more old school like that. You know, sometimes that's just how.
I believe in the Old Testament.
The old. Oh, all right. Wait. Do you go all the way back to the Atari days?
Atari 2800.
Oh my goodness! It's just it's so nice to see some people who really remember what the game of life used to really teach us, and that's to persevere and maybe save your quarters, because you might have to play in the arcade once more until
the good old days.
Yep, until the time that the Atari came out, and the Atari just elevated everybody's truths, kind of like we're here. at Nerd-spiracy to elevate truth for you. We're getting pretty close to having to wrap up here at 4:50. We end all of our streams at 5 o'clock. We go from 3 to 5, talking about the things that are important to you guys and to us, to make sure that you understand what's real. What's real? What is real? Is this real? Yes, it is.
What is reality?
Is this real? Yes, it is. Until this kid came along. You know? Are the Pykes good guys? Yes. This is a bad guy right here. Right here. You see this? This girl? She is the evil.
Face. Look at that face.
Look at that face.
The face of a killer.
That's the face of a killer. You want to see the real face of peace and tranquility? It's right here. Look at that. Look at that face. So peaceful. So tranquil. All right? These are in self-defense, so don't pay attention to the weapons behind them. That's self-defense. All right.
It's like going to the aquarium. You don't go to the aquarium and look at fish. I want to punch that fish in the face.
Do you? I don't.
You say, wow.
Wow.
Cool looking fish.
Hey, those are cool fish. All right, just like the Quarrens. Quarrens are good people. The Moncalas are really the ones who you got to watch out for. This is what we do. This is why we're here. And you know what? I want to thank you guys. All of you guys and gals. He, she's, theys, zers, sirs, misses. All of you. You are the true heroes of Nerd-spiracy. You guys make this show happen. Okay? Along with our sponsor. The Church of the Game. The Church of the Game. One of my favorite churches of all time that really exists. Yeah. I really want to thank my guest today, Mr. Cigars and Bacon. He's been a true joy to have on the stream to tell us about the things that he's learned over time. Remember, don't jump into anything that you really shouldn't. Like, just don't jump into it. Sometimes you gotta wait. Okay, clear the room.
Yep.
All right. It's that's a first person shooter type of lesson to learn. It really is.
Yep.
Don't go
One
in
of
guns
those
blazing.
lessons where I had to learn the hard way about think before you act.
It's true, and that's a lesson that he learned from a game. From a game. We even had one last little bot tell us, "Ciencia," whatever that means. Thank you very much, Mr. Three something, whatever that is. Thank you so much for the comments. We appreciate it.
Mr. Cyrillic alphabet.
It's one of those things. It's like when you try to read Huttese or any of the other languages or Elvish or Dwarvish from Lord of the Rings, which coming up, stay tuned guys, because there's going to be some discussions about how the hobbits and Gandalf are the true evils of the Lord of the Rings.
They robbed the dwarves, man.
The dwarves.
They robbed them.
I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for the dwarves. They just exist in this world where they're kind of like the middlemen, okay? And I don't mean that just because of their size.
Here's a question for the audience.
Oh.
How come Bilbo goes back and is really rich because of all the treasures, but then the next time you see the dwarves, they're all broke?
Wow. Food for thought. Okay? Food for thought. And if I could, I would eat it in a hobbit hole. That's how thoughtful this food is. Okay?
I'd have it for second breakfast.
Oh, second breakfast. I usually ingest my truths for like around 11sies or afternoon luncheon. Okay. But you can meet us here every Sunday for our own afternoon luncheon. All right, for the glorious munchies of Nerd-spiracy. That's right. Nerd-spiracy. We got 5 more minutes. Anybody else got any questions today? Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Cigars and Bacon, since you're on? Do you have any questions of something that's kind of maybe eating at you for a little bit that we can try to answer for the audience in 5 minutes? No. He's thinking about it. He's thinking real hard. I can see the thought process going through his berserk statue. Look at that.
Why did it take 45 years to get the name of the pipe that saved everybody's life in A New Hope?
Why did it take 45 years to get the name of the
pipe that saved Luke, Leia, and Han and Chewie in the trash compactor? That big, long pipe.
There's a name for that pipe?
Yes, there is.
Oh, no, I don't know this.
When Mando is holding the pipe, the mechanic lady, I forget her name, she says, "Oh, that is a cryogenic density combustion booster."
Is that the actual
That is the name. That is the actual official name to
cryogenic
density combustion booster.
Why did it take 45 years?
45 years for us to finally get the name of that pipe.
You know what? I think it's that pipe has a lot more to do with the story than you think.
Exactly.
You really think they're going down into a trash compactor? Do you really think that's what's going on? There's something else going on there. Okay, it wouldn't have taken 45 years. There's something.
Tomfoolery is afoot. Tomfoolery.
There is. You know what?
Let's get to the bottom of this.
We must. That's what we're here at Nerd-spiracy to do. Is to get to understand why these things are happening. We'll look into it. I know I'll look into it. I know Cigars and Bacon. He's already looking into it. We want you guys to look into it too.
Case like Sherlock and Watson.
And you know what? Sherlock and Watson are not the true heroes. It's Moriarty. So we're on the case like Moriarty.
And Minecraft. There we go. We're on the case like Moriarty and Minecraft.
Boom. Mic drop, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to ruin my mics. But boom. This stuff it hits me. It hits me hard. That's why I keep having to blow my nose today because it's just the emotions. Oh man. Well, I think we're getting close. It does. It hits right here. Right here. It's so much to deal with these days. Okay, the truths that just come out. We're getting close to that time. We're about a minute away now. So I think we're going to go ahead. Was there anything you'd like to say to the audience as just to wrap it up, to give them some maybe little message or anything that might hold them over until next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Don't give up.
Don't give up. So profound. So simple. You know what? I feel like that's something that you might even learn over at the Church of the Game from today's sponsor. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Save often. Don't rush in. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep trying to beat the next level, just like we do over at the Church of the Game. And I'd like to say, as your host, Gabriel, one of the producers here over at Archetype, one of the creators of this glorious show that teaches you the truth, I just want to say thank you overall for coming here today and learning a little bit more, like Mr. Cigars and Bacon and myself, because that's what it's all about. Life is about learning what is true. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, and we will see you all next time on Nerd-spiracy, where truth meets movies meets nerddom. right?
Yeah.
Once
Later,
again,
everyone.
brought to you by the
Don't
Church.
forget to like
He's right.
and share.
That's right. Make sure you like and subscribe and share so that others may know the truth. And until that next time, we will both see you next Sunday at 3 o'clock. Have a good one, everybody. All right. That's it.
All right.
Thank you very much